If I had the chance again, that's what I'd do.
Mark's a salesman, but since childhood his ambition has been to become a chef.
Mark, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Because you were the only one brave enough to make a sausage. Where's that sausage now?
It's in the oven at the moment. There's got 2 things on the ring.
So what are you hoping to do in the oven? Dry it out?
Mark hopes that his handmade sausage will be his ticket out of sales and into life as a master chef.
Shake my hand. You were game enough to make a sausage, and I didn't think anybody would be.
A little bit dry.
OK.
Maybe a bit more apple in there, but not bad at all. I hope it does get you through, Mark.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that Mark should stay. I love his bravery that he made a sausage, and he was the only one brave enough to do it, so I like him for that. But I want to see passion and charisma, and Mark still looks scared to me. Whew. So Mark and Adam. Adam, you're going. Sorry, mate.
No worries, mate.
Mark, well done, congratulations.
I'm feeling good, yeah, I'm really pleased.
They've put down their aprons and utensils for the night, but tomorrow they'll face 2 more gruelling tests.
It's like a war zone. It's unbelievable. I've never experienced anything like it in my life.
All 3 contestants have chosen their own dishes to cook. Mark has made 2 classic dishes, seared scallops on a minted pea puree and steak Diane.
I love food like this because I think it's really honest. It has great ingredients, and it's been cooked very, very simply. And I don't care what anybody says, you can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear.
And neither should you try.
I've got one criticism of the dish, and this is because of the cooking of the actual fish itself. They are undercooked, Mark.
OK.
Which is a real shame. But I think if you're going to attempt something like this, you must get all the components right, Mark.
OK.
John, you better...
I've cooked steak Diane with mashed potato and buttered spinach.
You've picked a cut of meat which is very, very close to my heart.
Originally, I read it was done with venison because it's named after the goddess of the hunt, Diane.
Diana.
I've just learnt something. I'm going to go home and make sure that's right, but I thank you very much.
No, it's a nice tender steak.
Should be. It's been beaten to death. But I think the combination is great. It's a very classic dish. Mashed potatoes good. Your steak's, you know, cooked well. Good stuff.
I don't want to see anybody invent stuff, but if we put you through, are you capable of more good dishes, or have we just seen your repertoire
No.
complete?
These are 2 that I chose to cook in 40 minutes. You know, I can cook a lot more than this, and I've got the capability of cooking a lot more than this.
Will Mark's liberal use of the meat mallet and his unsophisticated menu be the end of his journey on MasterChef?
Mark, he's the only one who didn't go mad. I have to believe him when he says, I can do more than this, I just wanted to make sure I could do this within 40 minutes. I have to believe him, because it's not the most exciting dish in the world, although it was well executed.
My concern is, you know, will he go any further?
What he said about, I think this dish was first made out of venison and named after Diana.
The goddess of hunting.
Now, that means he's reading about food.
Yeah.
He must be reading about food. But, when we talk about potential, I wonder whether Mark has enough.
I want to get through because I don't like losing, you know. I want to get on to the next stage. I want to get to the end. I want to win it.
Thank you all very much for working so hard today. We can only take one person with us. And we have made that decision.
And the quarter-finalist is... Mark.
Well done.
Congratulations, Mark. Commiserations, Tom and Kat.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Well done, mate.
Well done.
Mark will now go through to the quarter-final, where he'll compete against 3 other exceptional cooks as they battle for the coveted title of Master Chef.
My initial reaction is shock. I am shell-shocked. You're never going to guess what. I've only gone and won it. I'm only through to the quarter-finals. And put the champagne in the fridge, will you? Looking for some beef fillet. Have you got any duck breasts?
Salesman Mark has dreamt of being a chef since he was 16. He won his heat by impressing the judges with his daring invention.
Shake my hand. You were game enough to make a sausage, and I didn't think anybody would be. Good on you.
I'm now decided that maybe, you know, I'm more than just a good cook. Maybe there is a grain of talent in there that needs to be nurtured and brought out.
I do have confidence in Mark because I think he's got some strengths there that are sort of slightly hidden, and he is a bit of a dark horse.
At 10 o'clock, the first is to see if they have the advanced food knowledge expected of a MasterChef. Whoever fails is why he should win MasterChef.
If I do my job well, I think there's every chance I'll be cooking this afternoon. If I fluff my lines and I don't get it across well, I should be going home because, as I said all along, I'm only going to tell them what I know already. What will be, will be. 3 words: passion, desire and expectation. That's why I think I should go through. I know this much. There is so much to learn, so much to experience. So, you know, this journey, hopefully, will lead me and help me learn a lot more about myself, about how I can cook, what else can be done, and learn from other people.
Thanks. That's fantastic. Thanks very much, Mark. Really know your stuff.
This is a groundnut oil.
Okay.
Not sure on that one.
Okay. Mark, I feel as though he's sort of a guy who actually cooks well, goes out and goes to a fishmonger.
You said he'd do well on the fish. He got 4 out of 10.
Caroline.
And yet, only one person will make it to the semi-finals. Mark has shown he has the passion and knowledge to be a pro. Today his menu is very eclectic: beef carpaccio with rocket and parmesan, a chocolate fondant and duck smoked on a bed of jasmine tea.
Tell us about what you're cooking, Mark. Because this is incredible.
For the main course, I'm going to do tea smoked duck with steamed bok choy and noodles.
You're gonna smoke it yourself?
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's incredible. Beautiful. Can I have a look at this? Could you pass me that bottle of...
Jack Manis, well, I've used it quite a few times because it's sweeter than soy sauce.
Do you know what it is?
I don't know exactly what it is, but I know it's sweeter than soy sauce.
Yeah, it is sweetened soy sauce and actually mainly used in Indonesian cooking. Lovely sticky sauce.
Do you know this is the precursor of ketchup? And they used to use it as a dipping sauce. That was taken by Asian workers to the United States, worked on the railways, and the American Europeans got hold of it and mixed tomatoes with it and made it sweeter. That's the precursor of ketchup. I love Mark's main course. I think that's great. Absolutely great smoking there.
The problem we've got though with Mark is that we're very, very classic Italian starter. We've got an Asian main course and we've got a French fondant.
I don't mind that.
You don't think that chocolate after a duck smoked with ketchup mayonnaise is not going to be overpowering?
With only half an
Turn it in, Mark. We come over to talk to you and you put the that's a ploy, isn't it? You're not actually cooking anything, you're not actually making anything in there.
It's empty.
You just turn it on when we come so we can't talk to you.
Oh, you got me.
Mark's starter is beef carpaccio with parmesan on a bed of rocket.
I like the way you presented it. I think it looks good. Simple dishes can be absolutely amazing as long as they do also have some seasoning. What have you seasoned this with?
I seasoned the rocket with salt and pepper.
Okay, and not the beef?
Not the beef.
Just the lemon
Just
juice.
the rocket that's underneath.
Okay. I think it probably could do with a little bit more seasoning, a little bit more salt on the beef, but I like it.
Do you want to know the history of it?
Go on, tell me the history of it.
It's named after Vittore Carpaccio, the Renaissance painter from Venice, because he liked to use deep reds, the colour of raw meat, and that's why I named it after him.
Quite right, and I'm impressed you know the history of food. It shows you have good taste, but it doesn't show much culinary skill. But as this dish goes, and it's a classic dish, that's nigh on perfect.
His main has an Asian slant: jasmine tea smoked duck on a bed of sesame-oiled noodles with steamed bak choy.
You tea smoked duck, very, very impressive indeed. I think you've shown a bit of culinary talent here, and I think you've shown a bit of skill by doing what you do. I mean, interesting mixture: tea, sugar, rice. Very, very good. That is very, very powerful indeed. It's moist, which is good.
That's great.
Pudding is a classic chocolate fondant with vanilla ice cream.
The sauce came bursting out of it.
I like your fondant. I think you've done really well. I think it is a game thing to do.
That tastes great. That tastes great.
I do have a problem with your cream though. Instead of it being smooth, it's slightly spiky, almost like a porcupine. Do you know what that means?
Overwhipped it.
Yeah. But, you know, Mark, you've impressed me. And great to have a lovely fondant. Shame about your cream, but it's flavoured really, really well. But, you know, Good stuff.
Quarterfinals competition is going to be tough. You know, I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, it keeps you on your toes, and again, it brings out the best in you. If that's what you want, it'll bring out the best in you.
Judges to make a very important decision. Who will become the next MasterChef semi-finalist?
Jo's a very sweet girl, and her cooking's not bad, but she is nowhere near the level of the other two. Bait straight away. My head says Caroline, my heart says Mark, and I would dearly, dearly love to see him go through. He has natural understanding of taste and textures and flavours, and he is clearly in love with food. Clearly in love with food.
I like Mark a lot. I think he's a bright young man. Step of the way.
I would love to see him go through, and he will get better and better and better.
It seems to happen always that you want to actually take two people with you on this because you do get so involved with them.
It's been a hard decision. John and Greg are torn between two very strong contenders.
Only one of you can be a semi-finalist. And that semi-finalist... Caroline.
Nice one. Well done. Good luck.
You guys. Thank you very
You've got to
much.
go and win it now. If you've beaten us, you've got to go and win it. I don't want to go out to the loser.
One thing you can be guaranteed of, so I'll try my hardest.
Good enough. If they don't think we're good enough, you know, you've got to have that in the back of your mind. If they don't think you're good enough, well, maybe you're not.